a different kind of chart or graph. And it is on how to make a line plot. Just waiting till everybody's eyes are up here because I think you guys might forget I'm ready. You're maybe not. Okay, up here please. I'm up here. How to make a line plot. Our essential question for this lesson and for this chapter is how can I record and analyze data? So today we're going to find out there's a different way we can make a chart or a graph instead of a bar graph and instead of a chart. And it's called a line plot. Say that after me. Line plot. Okay, so let's learn what is a line plot. We're going to watch a video with our favorite little guy, Robo.
Hey guys, I am over here. Come closer. I am the number 1, and I am going to learn about line plots today. Would you like to learn about line plots with me? Great! Let's go over here to collect our data for the line plot.
Time out here. Alright, let's go back. He kind of disappeared on us.
Hey guys, I am over here. Come closer. I am the number 1, and I am going to learn about line plots today. Would you like to learn about line plots with me? Great! Let's go over here to collect our data for the line plot. We are going to get our data by measuring the lengths of some objects that I have. We will then write the data we collect on a piece of paper and use that data to make a line plot. My friend Speedy will bring us some objects to measure. Here we have a pencil, and we need to measure the length. We will be measuring to the nearest whole number. Can you tell me the length of the pencil?
What do you guys think?
6 inches.
The pencil is 6 inches
nearest.
long.
He said
Great
the
job.
nearest.
Here we have a marker. How long is it?
What do you guys think? 6.
The marker is 6 inches long. Here we have a book that is 9 inches long. Hey Speedy, can you bring us one more thing? It looks like Speedy wants to be measured. What is the length of my friend Speedy?
3.
Speedy, it looks like you are 4 inches long. I have already measured several other objects before you got here, and I have all of our measurements included on this board.
Okay, so he's measured some other objects. And the other objects he's measured, there's one that was 2. He has a couple objects that are each 3, and they're separated with a comma. Okay, so he has 2 objects that are 3. How many objects does he have that are 4? Everybody? 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3 objects that are 4. How many objects are 6? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last object was that book, right? And how big was that book? 9. Okay? So he put all of his data or measurements on like a little, it doesn't look like a chart, but it's kind of like a chart going down without any lines going horizontal and vertical.
Each number is a measurement of the length of an object. We need to put this information into a line plot so we can see this more clearly.
Move your chair, move your body. I can't move the
To
feather.
start
You
out the
better move
graph,
yourself.
we first need a title. What do you think we should call this line plot? Object measurements or colors?
What do you guys think?
I
Definitely.
agree. We should call it object measurements since it is about measurements of objects. Next thing we need when doing line plots is a straight line. All of our information we collected
John,
was
you're
measured
watching.
in inches. So here to the side, we will put inches. Okay, here we have the numbers from 1 to 9 listed, so we can show our data. So now we look at our data to help us fill in the line plot. We can see that we only had one item that measured 2 inches, so we put 1 X here to represent that item.
Do you guys see what he
We
did?
had 2 items that measured 3 inches, so we have 2 X's on top of each other to represent those 2 items.
So if there's 2 items, you put 3 X's.
There were 3 items that measured 4 inches, so we have 3 X's on top of each other. We had 4 items that measured 6 inches, so we put those X's down as well. We only had one object that measured 9 inches, so just 1 X.
Do you guys see how they took this data? And depending on how many objects they were, that is how many X's they made. So we're not coloring bars like we did last week for bar graphs. We're not making tallies, but we're going to make some X's. X's today.
And no pictures.
No pictures. Yep.
This is awesome, guys. We've just made a line plot that shows the measurements of the objects that I had. When we see a mark above a number, it tells us how many times that number occurs. For example, we can see that above the 4, we see 3 X's, which means there were 3 objects that measured 4 inches long. So with this information, can you guys tell me how many objects did we have that measured 6 inches long?
How many, guys?
4.
Good job.
Great job! We had 4 items and we can see that in this line plot. We look at the 6 and above the number we see 4 X's, which represent the 4 items that measured 6 inches. Great job, guys! Thanks for your help. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
All right. I'm going to have Mrs. Stewart quickly pass these out. As you get your lesson number 7, would you please put your name on it? And we're going to practice making some line plots. So name at the top right when you get it.
Thank you. I
Yep.
got two.
Yeah, 2. We'll give one to Lily. Or we'll give one to Kirsten. Here you go.
It almost fly off my desk.
Okay, name at the top. I don't want any without a name. I have 3 papers that I graded over the weekend for math that didn't have names. And today I'll flip you down because I'm going to double check. Yes, Macy?
This last Friday, guess what I built?
What?
So it was Easter eggs. I got 4 pencils and an Easter egg, and I made a robot.
Okay, now, down below here. Here is our line plot. This is where we're going to start graphing our data. Now, down way at the bottom where there's this little owl, that's where it's going to tell us the data. So I'm going to read it. You're going to have to listen. Chase asked 10 students how many servings of fruit and vegetables they eat each day. So as a total, guys, how many X's are we going to have on our line plot? What do you guys think? 10, yeah. Because we're surveying or we're asking 10 students. So we should only have a total of 10 X's. Now, 3 people eat 2 servings. So look down here at our line plot. We are going to label this servings at the bottom. So with your pencil, we're going to write underneath here servings. S-E-R-V-I-N-G-S.
I don't think they did this.
Now, we need a title. They didn't title this. But we need a title. What do you think the title of this should be? Wyatt. It's just not fruits, though. Oh, did you say vegetables, too? Okay, so we're going to write fruit. And then I'm going to do the and sign. If you want to write the word and, that's fine. Or you can do the and sign like Mrs. Murphy. And if you can't copy it up here, it is down here where it says fruits, vegetables. Okay, I just want you writing. Okay, so we should have our title of our line plot, and then you should have a label telling us what do those numbers mean. Are they number of people? Because sometimes they're the number of people. No, they're the number of servings. We're gonna put the X's to represent the people. So the first sentence I just read, it says, 3 people eat 2 servings. So how am I going to show that on my line plot? What do you think, Kinsley?
Maybe put 2 X's by the 2.
You're close, but there's 3 people.
Oh, put 3 people on the 2.
Yep, if you put up your mask, I know you're drinking, would you come up here and do it? See if you can do it. So Kinsley says, how about we put 3 X's to show the 3 people going up the 2. And I think that's a great idea, because that would show us that 3 people like 2 servings. Oh, right there.
Serving is very easy to spell when you get the hang of it. I can
Brooklyn. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Okay, so we got that first one done. So make sure you do what Kinsley did. You have 3 X's going about the 2. That's showing me that 3 people eat 2 servings. So maybe they have 1 fruit and 1 vegetable, and that's it for the day. Now, the next sentence says, draw 3 X's over the number 2. Guess what, guys? That's just what we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just kind of telling us the directions in case we can't figure it out. But we did that already. We drew 3 X's over the number 2.
Oh, it does it with the rest too.
It does.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, the next one says 6 people eat 5 servings. So 6 people, remember the people are my X's, eat 5 servings. So it says draw 6 X's over the number 5. So Addie, would you come up here and see if you can do that? And you guys watch Addie and see if she does it right. 6 people eat 5 servings. So you're going to find the number 5 and you're going to draw 6 X's. And you guys can do the same as soon as she gets it done and you know it's right.
I know. Miss Murphy. This is easy.
Perfect.
It actually is.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Okay, now, can we just finish this last one with the shaper? Okay. This last one says 1 person eats 7 servings. Draw 1 X over the number 7. So Ingrid, you want to come up here and give this a try? Let's do this one red though, okay? So it stands up. So 1 person eats 7 servings. So find the 7.
That's impossible. No, it's not.
Not impossible. Perfect.
Nothing is impossible.
Now, before we finish our line plot, with your finger, count the X's. Make sure you have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, before Miss Shaper's group goes, wait, I'm going to ask one question. Looking at our line plot and our data, how many servings do the most students eat? Raise your hand if you know. Raise your hand if you know. How many servings do the most people eat? Ellie? 5. How do you know it's 5? Because it has the most X's. Good job. Okay, Miss Shaper's first group, you may quietly push your chair. And when you come back, Mrs. Murphy will catch you up, okay? Okay, everybody has this correct? Okay, let's go on to the guided practice, please.
Oh no! The guided? The guided practice. I ripped it, but it's still okay. Miss see. I ripped it like right here, but it's still attached a little.
All right. Then just put your pencil down and look up here as I read this, or follow along in your paper. A line plot is a way to organize data. Line plots are used to see how often a certain number occurs in data. So if we want to see how often a certain number appears, we're going to use a line plot. We're not going to use a bar graph, a pictograph, or a tally chart. We're going to use a line plot. Here is an example. Mr. Sun's students are marked their ages on a tally chart. They made a line plot using the data. So if you look down here, here's our line plot. What should they have labeled at the bottom? Kinsley?
Wait, no, I forgot.
You forgot. They forgot to label something. Mason, what do you think they did? Not the key.
No.
But what is this down here? The number of people, or what is it, Lily?
Title?
Ooh, you're close. The title's gonna be up a little bit higher. What's down here? What is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What does that mean? The number of cats and dogs, the number of pencils. Ellie, not servings. That was in the last one. Corla?
Age?
Yeah, it's their age. Their age. So down here, this is telling us their age. How old are these students? And look over here. It kind of tells you in this chart. You guys see this word age up here? So really, that age is going to go down here. I'm going to write it. If you want to write it, you can, but you don't have to because I guess they're not making you do this on this paper. But this is the age. Now, we can look at this tally chart over here. Raylan, how many students are 7?
3.
3. So see how there's 3 tally marks? So on the line plot, with your pencil, I want you to trace over those X's because they're not very bold. 1 student, 2 students, 3 students, or 7. Now, I got done with number 7, so I'm going to go to number 8. How many students are at the age of 8? What do you think, Mason? Look at the tally chart. 5. So there's 5 tallies. So then above the age 8, we have to do 5 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My X's must match my data or my tallies. And the last one, 9. Charlotte, how many students are 9?
2.
Just 2. So how many X's are we going to put above 9?
2.
2 for the 2 students. Okay, 1, 2. Kinsley.
I'm almost 9. This year I'm gonna turn 9.
Well, you're pretty
It's
close.
a golden birthday.
Okay. All right, let's go on down to the bottom.
I think it's gonna be 8.
All right, on number 1, we're going to use the tally chart to make a line plot. Now let's look at our charts. Over here, what are we trying to figure out? Cats, dogs, kids, what, Corla? Pets. So Mrs. Murphy's going to label this over here, and I would like you to label it pets. We're trying to figure out pets. Number of pets, it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to draw a 6, and I'm going to see if this person can figure out how many people have 1 pet. All right, let's see if Eddie, come up here.
Yeah. I thought I'd get picked.
All right, Addie, how many people like pets? I'm
No.
sorry. Did I say, I probably didn't say that correctly. How many people have 1 pet? 2. So what do you think you need to do? How many X's? Perfect. All right, so make sure you do what Addie did. There's 2 tallies under the 1. So then we need to put 2 tallies for 1 pet. All right, how about 2 pets? Hayden. You want want to come up here and do the 2 pets?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Caden's gonna do it. Good job. And just one thing, when you make your X's, Caden did a pretty good job there, but try to make them like similar in size, because you don't want to make one really tiny and then make a really big X, because then it's going to be hard to count. So try to make them about the same size, if you can. I know it's kind of tricky, but do your best, okay?
I did a very good job.
All right, number 3, 3 pets. How about LEA? Are you trying to find something?
I'm trying to find a
Okay. Want to do this quickly and then find one? If not, go to the back. Okay, let's pick somebody else. Go find a pencil. I'll put your stick back in, okay?
I was just
I'll put your stick back in here.
Okay.
So go find a pencil. How about, no, Ingrid. How about Tyson? Tyson, can you come up and do the 3, bud? So how many people have 3 pets? 1, 2. Good job, because there's 2 tallies, so 2 X's, and must match. All right, the last one, 4. How about John? John, how many people have 4 pets? Good. Can you fix that X? What's wrong with that X?
Big.
Way too big. Make it a little bit small. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Now, do we need to worry about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 pets?
No.
No.
So does X.
There's some numbers that you won't have any X's on. And no, normally we X things off, but no, don't X things off, because then you'll think it's actually a part of the chart. So just leave them. If they don't have any tallies, just leave them blank. Okay? Okay. All right, looking at this line plot, which number of pets is the highest? What do you think, Ellie? 2 pets. Because how many people like 2 pets? 3. Good job. Very good. Okay. All right. Are you guys kind of understanding this and getting it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, good. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This one, if we look at our chart over here, is all about sisters. This is how many sisters people have. Not brothers, but just sisters. So down below here, what do you think we need to label this? Sisters. All right, so with your pencil, write sisters.
I have 0 sisters and I have 0 siblings. I have 0 sisters. Siblings are 6 with brothers.
All right. We're just talking about sisters. Okay, now we're going to start with 0 sisters. Who can come up and grab how many people have 0 sisters? Let's see. Lila.
Miss Murphy, if you draw me on number 1, I'm going to be so glad because I have 3 sisters.
Sorry, I'm just drawing. All right, so Lila's counting. There's 2 tally marks, so how many X's are you going to make? 2. Good job. 2 to match it. So your tallies must match your X's. Oh, that is up here. Or you want to erase it?
I need to write.
Just, okay. No, no. What do you need? It's all right if you have it. It happens. Just try not, when you put your arm on the cover touch, yeah, then it makes another mark. Perfect. Now you got it. Hey, Lila has 2 people on the 0. Ingrid's not in here.
I will just leave that right here.
Raylan, can you come up and do the next number of sisters, which is 1?
The carpet gets me stuck all the time.
Okay, Raylan's gonna figure out how many people have 1 sister. Oh, I think you're gonna do do this wrong, which is okay. He started out going wrong because I know you guys might do this. Okay, perfect. Can I show them what you were about to do? He was about to do this wrong, and I know that some of you might do this. He was about to go to 3 because there's 3.
No.
Yeah, so you gotta remember, look to see how many sisters, there's 1. So these are sisters, so 1 sister, the X's match the tallies. Okay?
And then 2 is.
Yep. Okay, now, the next one is 2 sisters. Guys, do we need to put any X's?
No.
No, so if it's ever blank,
Just
leave it, don't do anything, don't put any X's on. Okay, the last one we have on our chart is 3 sisters. Libby is not in here. How about Charlotte? Charlotte, can you figure out?
I do have one sister,
You have-
Lydia, and she beats me up too.
What?
All right. All right, 3 sisters.
My house.
3 sisters. Perfect. So she's got 1 X because there's only 1 tally. So 1 person has 3 sisters. Take Charlotte. All right, looking at our data, which number of sisters is the most? Lily, what do you think? Which one has the most? Which number of sisters? 1. Yep. So there is 3 people that have one sister. That was the most, right? Excellent job. Okay, now let's go on.
Brain builders.
Let's go to the brain builders. There's 2 of them. We can do those today. And then the independent practice you will do on your own.
Alright. Did the whole thing. I feel like we have to do the writing math or can we
No, you can cross that off too. So cross off the bottom, right? The math. Sorry guys, I kind of had a spill here, so if your name was in the bucket, sorry. They might have got mixed up.
What's this?
Rip that off. You don't need to do that. Sorry about that.
You got 3 pages. What happened?
Okay, we're on number 6. So cross off to make the math. We're gonna use our brain to solve this problem. Eli asked 10 classmates how many glasses of water they drink each day. 2 people said 1, 3 people said 0, and 3 people said 4. Everyone else said 6. So, my first question is, how many students were surveyed? A lot of you on your last math paper, when asked the question how many were surveyed, a lot of you did not know the answer and you got this one wrong. So, how many people were asked or how many took this survey? Lila? 10. So when I'm looking, at the very end, I should have only 10 X's because there was 10 classmates that were surveyed. So I'm going to circle that. Maybe you should circle that too. So it can only be 10 X's. Now, the first sentence says 2 people said 1. So I'm going to find, and I'm just going to label here. You guys don't have to, but this is glasses of water. Okay?
Miss Marcus, is it okay if I just put water?
Sure. If you just want to put water, that's fine.
I just put GW.
That's fine. Just know that this is not students. We're on the back page. Now, 2 people said 1. So I'm going to find the 1. And how many X's am I going to put on there, guys?
1.
0. 2 people said 1. So I'm going to go 1X, 2X. We're on the back page. All right. Now it says 3 people said 0. So I'm going to find the 0. And how many X's am I going to put, guys? 3. 1,
Why would they not do
2, 3. Okay, Miss Schaefer, second group, just wait for a second before you leave. Okay, the next one says 3 people said 4. So I'm going to find the 4 glasses, and how many X's am I going to put? Everybody?
4.
Not
3.
4. 3 people said 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, this is the tricky one. This is where we have to think. Everyone else said 6. So there are no 2s, no 3s, no 4s, but there's 6s. How many do I know to put at 6? Kinsley?
You count how many of those, and then you get to how many you need more to 10.
Yes. So Kinsley, say it again. We need to count our X's.
Yeah, you need to count your X's and put how many you need to get to 10.
Okay, so Kinsley is right. Let's count all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more.
2 more. 9, 10. So we need 2 more, and they're gonna go under the 6.
I did the 7.
Okay, Miss Schaefer's second group, listen up. When you come back, you do not have to do 7. But when you come back, before you go to music, you'll need to finish this independent practice, and this won't take you very long. Okay? Okay. Miss Schaefer's second group, go ahead and go.
I thought we put the X above
Above what?
the number.
I'll help you in a minute.
But you said put the X's under.
Above the number. Maybe I accidentally said it wrong. It should be above it. Okay, we're on the back. We're going to go down to number 7 now. All right, Sydney asked 15 friends how many times they exercise each week. How many friends, guys?
15.
Circle it. 15 friends, so I can only have 15 X's. Okay. Now, down here, I'm going to label it exercise. It's not friends, it's exercise. Okay, now, the same number of people said 1 time and 3 times. So 1 and 3 are going to be the same. But do we know that number? We do?
No.
No. We don't know that number. We just know they're going to be the same.
Later on, you can.
We have to figure it out later on. We just don't know that number yet.
I might.
5 people said 2 times. So, if we find the number 2, how many X's are we going to put, John? No. 5 people said 2 times. 5. So we're going to put 5 X's for 2. These are the 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Now I have this done. Now I have one last sentence before I have to go back and figure out 1 and 3. 4 people said 4 times. So I'm going to find the 4. And how many people said that? 4. 4. That's easy. So we're going to put 4 X's on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah. Now, we need to figure out 1 and 3. They have to be the same, but we have to figure out how many friends are left. So, Rayla, what did you do?
So, if you oh wait, I already have it. So, 1 and 3 are 3, but so in total, those X's what you have right now should be 9 and
Okay, So just stop for a minute. So Raylan says, I have 9 X's. I have 5 here and 4. 5 plus 4 is 9.
9, and if you go 3 more from 9, if you go 6 more, you get to 15, and then if you cut it in half, then you have 3 and 3, so it has to be 3 on both of those.
Perfect.
If
So
that made any sense.
it did. I'm just going to slow down a tad because you had it, but your friends need to kind of try to catch up and understand what you said. So Raylan's right. We're at 9. We want to get to 15. So Raylan said, well, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need 6 more. But then Raylan thought, well, if we have to split it in half, we have to figure a double that gets us to 6. And what is the double that gets us to 6? 3. So number 1 has to be 3, and number 3 has to be 3.
You already knew that. Like you?
And make sure you double check. When you count your X's, you should have 15 total. And I'm going to check mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Let me
I
count.
mean, I would, but mine's the same.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
I probably counting up.
Okay, make sure yours matches Mrs. Burpee's.
Yeah, mine does.
Okay, when you have this done, flip it back to the independent practice, except for Miss Shaper's first group. I'll help catch you up. Nope, that's my job.
Do we have to do those right?
Brooklyn, stop, please talking. All right, now, if you're Miss Shaper's first group, you are not going to start this quite yet. You will in a minute, but not quite yet. I want the rest of you to finish this line plot on your own. I want to see if you can take the data and put the X's on the line plot. Remember, the tallies are the X's. So find the numbers and then put the tallies as the X's. When you're done, Hayden, when you're done, if you do not have your homophone page done, that's the first thing you're going to do. These are the people I have. I have Ellie A's, Carson, Addie, Kinsley, Ingrid, Charlotte, Wyatt, Lila, John, Elias, Mason, and Lily. If I didn't say your name, I don't have your paper done on homophones from Friday. So I need you to find that in your desk, because I don't have it, and get that done. Okay? If you have this done, then you're going to go on to iExcel, and it's on the board, R9 and 10. And R9 and 10 is on creating line plots. Okay? And you can quietly go around the room if you're doing iExcel. Okay? All right, go ahead and get started. Hand it in when you're done. Miss Shaper's